In this video, we will be upgrading our old Blackmagic 810 Television Studio HD to our new Blackmagic 810 Television Studio 4K. We will be unboxing the new 810 Television Studio and showing you its cool features while cleaning up our old system and installing our new 810. If you're new here, we're Church Launch. We're all about helping churches launch their media. It's that simple. Let's get right to the video. In front of me is the holy grail of all Blackmagic 810 switchers. This is the 810 Television Studio 4K8. This 810 allows you to host multiple inputs. It provides a wider range of audio control, and it includes a hardware panel where you can mix and master your live stream. The reason why we upgraded to this 810 is because it provides the quality and audio control that we're looking for. There's so many specs to go over, so let's just start with the basics. So let's start with the inputs. This 810 allows 8 standard converted 12G SDI inputs. The only HDMI in this thing is for the multi-view monitor, and the majority of everything else is just SDIs. Each of these SDI inputs features its own dedicated standard converter. This means that each input is getting automatically converted to what the 810 is distributing out. So for example, if you have a 1080i camera and also a 1080p camera, they will both be converted to match your live stream's output. Alongside that, this 810 includes 12 SDI outputs. This is great if you want to send any of your camera feeds back into your cameras for monitoring or camera control. So with that, you have your main program feed going out, with also a multi-view SDI option or an HDMI option if you need either. But right next to that, you have 2 aux outputs. This is great for our church because we have monitors running throughout the entire building plus our overflow. So now with this feature, we can separate the feeds going to our aux and our program all within one 810. For audio control, you have your left and your right XLR inputs, so you can send either from your board or from a separate board, so you can mix and send back into your 810 for your live stream audio to be professionally mixed. And right next to that, they also include a talkback input, so you could connect headphones and direct your camera operators for camera adjustments or control. On the left side here, your first inputs is your power control. You have a DC power source, but it also includes a standard PC cable, which we all have one laying around. Right next to that, you have your SDI inputs for your references or your time code, which is ideal if you're recording or if you're syncing cameras throughout major campuses or multi-destinations. Lastly, we have our Ethernet connection, so we can connect via the internet. And then right above that, we have USB-Cs that we can connect into a hard drive, because this does internal and external recording for your entire camera feed. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. So now to switch over to the front of the panel, before we get into it, let's switch over to the new 810. This is our new live streaming setup after installing the new 810 Television Studio 4K. Now this 810 only accepts 8 inputs, hence the name 4K8, 8 being the amount of inputs that it receives and 4K being the resolution that it outputs. For our inputs here, we have camera 1 being the center booth camera, camera 2 being the side stage camera, camera 3 being our moving camera, but it just shows Hollyland, our receiver. Then we have camera 4, which is our keys camera, which is also off. Camera 5 is our stationary wide camera. It's pretty much a second booth camera in the back. Then we have camera 6, which is our screen grab from ProPresenter, and this is pulling the feed from ProPresenter, and we're pushing that through OBS. We don't have any inputs on 7 and 8 as of yet, but what I've placed in the multi-view is our audio control in this box and our aux 9 in this lower right box. And this pretty much gives us an overview of all of our camera inputs currently, and also audio control right here. Now, other than that, here in the 810, we have Media Player 1 and Media Player 2. And this is if we have any JPEGs or PNG files or any photos or imagery. Already onto our shift and preview transition. And shift just pretty much means a second layer of inputs that you can add into the 810. Then preview transition, which gives you a preview of your transition before going live. You'll see the transition there. If we go to another transition, it'll just give you a preview of what that would look like without affecting your program out feed. To that right is our transition, since we're in the transition topic. You have mix, which is your auto transition, which pretty much means fade. And you can also adjust that with this lever here, this fancy cool lever, which we all love. And you could also adjust the duration in the ATEM software control or within the board here. Now, next over to the right is our disc 1 and disc 2. That's pretty much anything you want to add in terms of your graphics or overlays. We have OBS pulled up, and what's here on program right now is just our screen grab from our projector. So if we switch here to camera 5, you'll see here the same graphic that's shown on the projector. Now, also within ProPresenter, you can send out a different output, and you can configure it to fit certain things like your confidence monitor, or in this case, our lyrics. So we also connected that into our iMac, and we'll go back into disc 1 auto. And what that would do is pull up just the lyrics from ProPresenter and erase or mask the black background and fill it with whatever camera feed we want. So we can switch over to any camera feed. Auto and cut just pretty much means the transition of the lyrics. Now, right next to that is fade to black, which is the worst nightmare. If you were to click it during your live stream, it'll legit fade your entire stream to black. You can actually disable this within the system here, but Blackmagic did a great job in adding these bars here so you don't hit the button by accident. Now, right above that is disc 1 and 2 tie. What that pretty much does is tie the lyrics or whatever you're overlaying to a specific camera. So whenever you're switching between cameras, your lyrics would just tie to that specific camera. Now on the top right here, we have our main components. So this is our main switch for going on air, turning off our live stream. To the left of that, you have the option to record the entire stream and also record individual cameras. You can stop the recording here, you can switch the recording, or you can grab a still shot or a frame of your live stream program out. Now, to explain how we go live is we connect our ATEM into an encoder called Resi, and this box does the live streaming for us. So Resi also has a software where you can adjust those live stream settings and do certain things like schedule your live streamings, add your destinations, or adjust your frame rates for your live streams. And we love this because it provides the quality we're looking for, but also not putting a strain on another hardware like a Mac, where we just needed to designate that Mac for the live streams. Now, a little bit over to the left is you have your aux outputs. So you have aux 9 and aux 10. So if you want to showcase a specific camera and another monitor, or if you want to send that camera feed back into your cameras, these are your go-to aux settings. Now, ATEM does provide 12 aux outputs, so you're not just limited to 2 outputs. That's why it says aux 9 and 10, but you actually have 12 SDI aux outputs. Alrighty, so to the left of that, we have our camera and audio control. Blackmagic allows you to see your EQs, your compressions, your gateways, also your master levels here within each of your cameras and XLRs. So they give you a lot of control for your audio. Now, we don't use our ATEM here to control our audio levels. This ATEM software control app really gives us the flexibility to edit this within the app rather than switching through these small button settings inside the ATEM. They also have the switcher option, which is pretty much everything that you see here in terms of your preview and program for your camera feeds. And that is pretty much our ATEM. Now, there's different buttons here on the top left, which you can use for comms, which is communicating to your camera operators via a headset. So on the right side of that is pretty much our main settings buttons. We can see our network setting, about, profiles, and we'll just keep that at home. You could also adjust the rates. You can adjust your disc rates, and you could also adjust your fade to black rate, meaning the duration. And then it has our camera control tilt. This is great for PTZ cameras. Now, we don't have any PTZ cameras, so we have no use of that. This will be ideal, but we don't have any of that feature. And that is pretty much it for the Blackmagic Television Studio 4K8. And can I say that we love this thing? If you want to level up your stream and later down the road shoot in 4K, or maybe shoot in 4K as of today, this is your go-to option. Alrighty, so I hope you guys received value and information from this video. If you need help throughout your journey, I want you to take a minute to listen, because our heart here at Church Launch is to help churches throughout the whole world grow and launch their media by offering not only free content throughout your social media, but an online community of over 1,400 members. This is churches, volunteers, pastors connecting together, learning from one another on how to grow their media, and providing resources just exclusively to our members, only available within the Church Launch portal. If you're interested, the link is down in the description. And our motto is simple. It's a place where you learn together and launch together. So don't do this alone. There's a community here willing to stand by you along the whole time and grow together. And that is all for this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.